We fucked on the first night, and we've been together ever since.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we said that. Yeah. But I picked you right off of the gay car lot, just a couple miles.
Well, a few gayish miles. I was for the streets for a little while.
I mean, we've all been there a time or two.
But let's be real, that's not the norm in a queer relationship.
No, it's not.
Is it really a queer relationship if you haven't dated your roommate's best friend's ex-partner's situationship?
Or best friend, right? Mm-hmm. The pool is very shallow.
The pool is literally a puddle. There is no pool.
It's a teardrop.
Navigating a queer relationship, sometimes it's like Minesweeper. One wrong move and you're at a potluck dinner with your ex's new partner who just happens to be someone that you previously hooked up with.
I know we've been there. We've definitely been there. Can you say Akko Taco? Because that was, yeah.
Hello, I'm your host, Vicky.
And I'm your host, Kate.
And you're listening to
Let's Ask the Queerdos. Yeah.
A podcast for the girls, the gays, and the they, thems.
Now, what are we talking about on today's episode?
Today's episode, we're talking about
all things Valentine's Day.
All things Valentine's Day, expectations versus reality. But we got a little treat for you guys.
A little
first.
Twist, a little amoosh boosh.
A big amoosh boosh.
Yeah, it's a big amoosh boosh.
We're going to treat you guys and tell you guys how we met.
Yeah. And talk about messy.
Yes, it's very much giving Alice in that episode of The L Word where she has
draws the chart
and she's adding everyone.
Yes.
To it. It's the real life version.
There's a lot of layers.
There's so many layers. And I think that it starts on your end.
Yeah. Well, where do I begin in my little gay love journey?
You moved to Atlanta like 2018.
I love how you introed me there. But yeah, no, I did move to Atlanta in 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. Fresh off of the gay boat. I was out of my first like gay relationship, real lesbian relationship. And I was like, oh my God, I'm moving to a new city. I'm going to meet a whole bunch of people. I can be really whoever I want to be. So, of course, just like any single gay person, what I do, I jumped on the apps.
You know which apps we're talking about.
Yeah. Her, Hinge, Tinder, all the ones. And I met on one of the apps this girl named, we'll call her Elle.
Yes.
And Elle was really cool. She was very a creative person and just someone that I had never met like that in my like previous life. Mm-hmm. So instinctively, I was like infatuated with this person. Mm-hmm. And we did all like the datey stuff. We would go to the park. We would, go to dinner. We'd get drinks. We'd hang out during the day. We'd do a lot of things that I think like would give one thought of, oh, they're talking or like they're together.
Or like you're not like together, but you're starting the
beginning
road.
To a relationship.
You're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking.
And so I had been like kind of talking to them for a while and they had mentioned that they had met this new gay named Vicky. So that's how I first heard of Vicky's name. She was just a story. She was not an actual person at this point. But she had mentioned that she met Vicky and that she's like this, really like eccentric, fun, just kind of carefree person, which Vicky still is all those things, but I have definitely tamed that beast. Just kidding. We do some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, and then so I guess let's get into how
you met Elle.
Yes, so I met Elle. Similar situations, different people. So let's say Q 2019, I had moved to Atlanta from Germany.
Just throw that in there. No big deal.
Because my current relationship at the moment, we had dated in college. I went to Germany. We broke up for a little. We got back together. I was homesick, and they had gotten a job in Atlanta. So what do you do when you're like 21 and you're like, oh, I'm in love, or 22? So you move.
I think I'm in love.
Yeah, heavy on the think. I moved to Atlanta. And then obviously it doesn't work out because I'm gay.
Gay?
Doesn't work out. And I move out because we had actually moved in together. I move out, and at this point I decide I'm going to go full send into like this gay community. And what does a baby gay do? The first thing a baby gay does is download her.
Vicky was on all the apps, I'm sure.
So I download her and I meet this person. We're going to call them Kay.
Okay.
I meet Kay. And me and Kay are friends at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right now. But when we first met, it was more of like, I was kind of into Kay. Kay was kind of into me. And so we go out, we meet. Kay introduces me to their whole gay friend group. It was honestly perfect because then I got introduced to all of these gay people all at once. But long story short, me and Kay, we are better off as friends.
And you also met Kay's siblings, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and Kay also has a gay sibling, and it's a whole thing. Like I said,
We get all connected.
Alice, interconnected.
Craziness.
So Kay and I, we don't work out that way. We end up like becoming really good friends. We're still really good friends to this day. So fast forward, Kay tells me, oh, I met this really cool chick. Her name's Elle.
See how that comes together?
I met this really cool chick. Her name's Elle. She's really cool. I like her. So then Kay invites me to go to this like protest. And we all go, and that's how I meet Elle.
Mm-hmm. And then I get into this story again virtually, not in real person. So I was going on my family's vacation. I had just gotten a puppy, adorable little Weller, and I needed someone to watch him. And really, the only person that I knew in the city that I trusted was Elle. Was that right? The letter we chose, L. And so I said, Elle, could you please watch Weller, and you can stay at my apartment. I live in downtown Atlanta. So it's great. You can stay here, blah, 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 do all the stuff. So meanwhile, I'm at my family vacation, and I have like this doggy cam set up on Weller. Just because I also did Rover. I wanted to just make sure he was good.
Very normal.
Very normal.
Point to the crate in the living room.
That was it. Vacation, all of a sudden, that there is like someone there at like 1 o'clock, 12:30. It's like a crazy time. So of course, I start watching the camera, right?
Which is, it was not the best
view.
Yes.
And so basically there was like all these people in my apartment, and I was like, I don't know any of these people. I only am supposed to know Elle. So the next morning I like text.
And then Elle had told Kay that Kay could stay there because Kay lived out
in above the city. So like they lived really far.
Yes. So Elle tells Kay, oh, you could stay there. And now Kate's seeing this video.
And I was like, who is this?
Blows up Elle, and Elle cannot stay in the place. So this is how I hear about it, because then Kay calls me and they tell me, hey, I thought I was going to be staying at this place. Turns out I can't stay there anymore. Like, do you mind if I stay at your place? And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, come over, stay. So then I'm hearing the story, and Kay is telling me that
basically they hooked up in my apartment and in
very
my room.
Disrespectful.
And I saw part of it on the camera, and so I was livid.
Yes, you were pissed.
Livid.
And so Kay is telling me the story, and I'm like, yeah, man. Like, that's crazy. That's disrespectful as fuck. Like, I understand why that person's mad. I didn't know Kate at this point. I was just like, yeah, like, if that was me, it would have been worse than
Hell
what.
or high water.
Yes,
Yeah.
like, it would have been bad. So this is how Kate has kind of, Elle has mentioned me to you.
Yep. And vice versa.
Yeah, so we know of each other, like, in this
Ideas.
like cloud.
Yeah.
But we haven't met.
We're in the cloud. The imaginary thing.
So I still hang out with Kay, and then I hang out with Elle a couple more times. And they're kind of talking, whatever, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm like making all these new friends in Atlanta. Well, this is gonna be awesome. I'm meeting all these gay people, and Elle ends up inviting me to
Their
Helen.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Helen
For their birthday.
For their birthday, and it's like a whole thing, and we all go and we have a good time. And
I did not go.
Yeah, Kate did not go.
I had
and
to
then
work.
Elle says, "Oh, we're gonna go out for drinks. Do you want to come?" And I say, "Of course." Cute Kate.
So then I was like, hey, what are you doing for your birthday? Blah, blah, blah. Elle's like, we're going to go out. Vicky's going to come. And I was like, cool, I'll just drive. I'll, whatever. I don't care to drive. I'd gotten a new Jeep Wrangler, so I wanted to show it off. So I decided to, pick you guys up. And
that's how we meet.
that's how we first met.
That's how we met. The story now
Yeah.
is going to get more interesting.
Very interesting. Cue commercial break.
So basically, I ask Elle, hey, are you're talking to Kay, like you're not interested
In Kate.
Yeah. And Elle's like, no, I'm not interested in Kate, whatever, we're just friends. And I'm like,
which at this point I was like, yeah, that's the right answer because I was infatuated. Then they had actually like shown me pictures of Kay, and I was like, oh, okay, so
this
cool.
is done.
This is done.
Yeah.
And I was
So,
kind of.
okay, so basically I'm like, perf. And I made my move.
We both made moves.
I made.
You
the
gave me
move.
the eye, and then I was like, oh, it's on.
No, I touched your thigh.
Well, yes, you said you did at, where were we, Blake's?
I don't know,
I
but
think it was Blake's, but anywho.
okay, yeah. So we end up hooking up that night.
And when we say hook up, full on consummated the Jeep.
Relationship.
Yeah, in the Jeep.
We
It was
hooked
hot.
up.
It was very hot.
And we're like, okay, perfect. I'm thinking, oh, like this is like a fun night out. We hooked up. Like I wasn't really thinking anything of it at that moment. But I was interested.
Yeah. And I think we, right off the bat, like kind of started talking.
Yeah. We count our day from that day.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
But the interesting part is, I don't even know why Kate asked this, but Kate goes to Elle and asks Elle, what did you ask Elle?
I was like, is Vicky gay? Like, I just need to know.
After we had sex, Kate asked
Okay,
if I was
didn't
gay.
want to be an amoosh boosh gay, okay? I was like, damn, I really like this girl. She's really cool. And, like, we'd been talking for a little bit, so I was like, I don't want this to just be like I'm just trying this, and, like, then I'm going to get my little heart broken.
But guess what Elle says? Guess what Elle has the audacity to say to Kate?
This is so funny. She says to me, oh, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. And I was like,
I don't think so. After the reason that me and Elle met was because I was in a little situationship with Kay, and now Kay was talking to Elle.
so everybody in the equation was gay. Gay. Like, there was no, like, let me experiment.
Like everyone, I had introduced myself in this friend group. Like, no one knew me before. Like,
Yeah.
I had introduced myself as being queer. So it's like there was no
question. There should have
question.
been no, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for certain. You let it go.
I let it go, but I was already having like a bad feeling about it because I was like,
Why would you say that?
why would you say that? So then I have a friend visiting in from Atlanta, and we're gonna go to the roller rink, and I invite Kate because I'm interested, and it was kind of like, oh, I wanted to invite Kate kind of as like
my date.
My date. And I also invite Elle.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm new to Atlanta. I'm trying to make friends. I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe it just was like lost in communication. And then
it wasn't.
I tell Elle I'm going to invite Kate, and Elle kind of implies that they were going to invite Kate. Like,
yeah, like kind of like they were going to ask me as a date, and I thought that was strange.
Yeah, so I texted Kate, and I was like, are you and Elle talking or not? Because I'm confused.
And I was like, hell no, we aren't. I mean, last thing I knew, they were like obsesto with Kay. And I was like, obviously, like they know that I'm talking to you, so I'm not sure where this like ambiguity is coming into play.
Yeah, so basically I was over it. Kate got overwhelmed. Kate did not go roller skating.
I pressed the eject and I said, I'm out. I gotta go. Bye. So I didn't end up going to that outing.
Okay, so then we still keep talking.
Yeah.
And we hang out a couple times. And then you have a conversation with Elle. And what does Elle tell you?
Elle's like, Vicky's not the one. She's not like, this was after we had like kind of hung out. We'd kind of gone out, all of us. And I'm like taking her back, and I don't know where you had gone, but you're not there. And she's like, yeah, I just, I don't foresee Vicky being like the one or like the girlfriend. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, first off, like, you don't know anything about our relationship. Secondly, like, who cares? You have no say-so at this point.
And
so
then shit really hits the fan.
Yeah.
When we're all supposed to be going out for like tacos or something. Just something very like simple
something
on a Saturday
casual.
Afternoon. And I'm in the car.
And at this point, we are like
we're dating.
In the throes of dating.
Yeah, like we're fully dating. Like there's no question about it.
Yeah. This was bad.
Elle does not know I'm in the car. Kate calls Elle to let Elle know we're on our way.
Yeah, and I was just like, hey, we're going to go get tacos, margaritas. You want to come?
Just picked up Vicky.
Yeah.
And Elle goes like, oh, Vicky's going?
And I was like, of course Vicky's going. She's like my girlfriend.
Me and Elle have been having like separate conversations where we're like cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the wild part.
I had no idea that like there was this, well, I kind of had an inkling, but sometimes you think you're crazy. You're not crazy, okay?
You're not. You're smelling what's been putting down.
So they're like, oh, well, if Vicky's gonna go, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this bitch. So I was like, okay. And then Kate obviously is like, well, if then
Vicky,
don't go.
yeah, I'm like, if Vicky can't go, then like, it's not happening. Sorry.
It's not happening.
So we didn't end up going. I think we just like ate in. I don't know what we did, but
I think we just got something else and just didn't go with
them.
Elle.
And I was shocked. I was not. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Turns out Elle also ends up doing the runaround with Kay as well. Very much on brand. And then Elle starts dating another person.
Yeah, who we're also still friends with today. And we thoroughly enjoy this person. We're like, God, this person's the jackpot.
Yeah, we don't understand how Elle pulled that. So Elle starts dating this person. And we like them, so we're kind of like,
okay, we'll give it another go around.
Because you know how intertwined, well, I didn't say I'll give another go around, because when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. But I can be civil.
Yeah, but I also think you saw the situation of like gay friends, and you were like,
yeah, and then everyone's already intertwined in the friend group, and it's like hard to
like totally detach and say, I'm not going to be friends with anybody, because then you're not going to have any friends.
So I was like, I can be civil, but like we're not friends.
Yeah.
And their new girlfriend have a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And this is a year in.
Yes. Yeah.
A year into a relationship, they have a Halloween party. And the craziest part about this Halloween party is we like Elle's new partner. We don't like Elle. Well, I don't like Elle.
Yes.
So
I love how you said, I don't like Elle.
In the spirit of being friendly, I was like, okay, let's just stop the Halloween party before we go
out or whatever we were doing. But yeah.
So we go out, and Elle is trash.
I mean, we show up and it's pretty early and trashed.
And Ella like starts talking to me, and Kate, I don't know what Kate was thinking.
I not leave the party. I go and talk to other people because I thought at that point that like Elle was gonna like apologize and be like, you know, I don't know what they were. I just thought that like you all were trying to make kumbaya again, okay? And that was not what was about to go down.
So after all of this, after saying that I'm like a party person, after saying that like
You're not serious.
yeah, I'm not serious, basically that I suck in every type of way, which way and form. She tries to kiss me. Okay? She tries to make out with me. And I'm like basically giving Kate like the deer in headlights eyes, like
help me, help me.
Come to my rescue. Like we need to get out of here
ASAP.
now.
Yeah, and it was, we did get out of there. We ejected again. We left really quickly after
And
that.
That was my last straw. I never really,
Yeah, I had a few more straws before.
yeah, I never really intermingled with that person again. But
You know,
unfortunately, they're a core part of
how we met
how we met.
and also how we met a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
That we still are friends with today.
Yeah. So we're still friends with all those people, and none of them are friends
With
Elle.
Elle, if that's telling.
For their own reasons.
Yes, for their own reasons. We had no, like,
Yes.
say or nothing in that, obviously, but
I was happy about it. I'm not going to lie.
yeah. I think it brings up that point of you're in that friend group and you all are somehow interconnected to everybody. And if
And
something
it can get
goes
really
awry,
messy.
yeah. If something goes awry, if two are dating, then they stop dating. Who do you stay friends with? All the things. So
And it like sucks sometimes because the puddle is so small that you do start meeting people, and you know your experiences with someone are always your experiences, but then sometimes you hear things
yeah, and
about someone, or I think that the worst one, or I guess like the best, well / worst one, is like when you meet someone and then you hear that they were like kind of shitty before, but they've generally changed. But that doesn't negate what they did to someone else,
the other person. Yeah.
So it's like this like really thin line that you kind of have to toe
Yeah.
when you're talking to, when you're in a lesbian like
Dating pool bubble.
and
It's
not just dating, friends.
friend pool bubble.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of things. But I mean, honestly, I would say if we were to take a poll, most people in the gay community are friends with
Their exes.
their exes. They're still intertwined, intermingled. So it's not unusual.
Or like maybe not like friends, but
Friendly.
you're definitely friendly. And then there's always a couple exes that you are pretty close to, just because
That's just
it
what
just
happens.
didn't work out, and then or they start dating someone that you know and you're close friends with them, and then
That's a whole thing.
You guys kind of have to start talking again.
Yeah, yeah. Or it's the opposite. Like you are good friends with the person, and then they start dating, someone else, and then you're like, oh my God, why aren't you paying attention to me? And like, I've also had that happen to me.
Yes, and we've definitely also had friends. We've definitely also had friends. We've met people separately, and then they start dating, and we didn't even know that they knew each other.
Till we show up at a party and they're together.
They're together,
And
and
you're
then
like-
that person was dating somebody else you invited to the party, and you had no idea. That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That was crazy.
Moral of the story is that we kind of all know each other. We're like 1 degree of separation away from knowing each other, just like Alice's
Chart.
big chart.
Yes. And in our chart, Alice is L. L is Alice.
That's funny. I never thought of it like
You never
that.
thought of like that?
Yeah, but no, you're right.
She is.
All right, let's switch gears
Yeah.
and talk about Valentine's
Day.
expectations
First reality.
versus reality. Lately, well, not lately. I feel like especially in the United States, Valentine's Day has turned into like this big like commercial thing, and it's like somewhat of a competition.
Yeah, you gotta be like
You gotta like a lot of people do the most. Some people don't do enough.
You gotta be like Travis Barker and get like 12 buckets full of 12 dozen roses,
And then you gotta record it,
and then you gotta
put
put it on the beach,
and it's like a whole. And it's kind of sometimes it's like a little competitive, and sometimes it's just like this like money pit.
yeah. And I don't know why I randomly just thought of, I don't know if y'all saw Reese try to do the heart-shaped Reese like cups. They looked like a scrotum. So if y'all saw that, this is what they looked like. It was not good. It was not good. But I think like the moral is y'all want to try to buy all this candy. Mm-hmm. You want to get it on discount.
But also like you want to like outdo each other. I don't know about you guys, but in my high school, you would pay $1 for a carnation. And
would you give the carnation to just one person?
Well, you could buy as many as you wanted.
Oh.
And you would buy as many as you wanted, and then you would give them out, and it was kind of like this thing, because you didn't want to be the only person that didn't get one.
Gretchen Wieners.
Not for Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah, we did not have that in my high school.
And me and my friends, like, we would kind of like buy each other at least one, because you don't want to be the person that didn't get one.
Right. I could. That would be really sad.
And it was. It's like, and now when I think back at it, I'm like, I understand it was like fundraising because I went to a public school.
The shade.
I went to a public school.
It's not my choice.
So I understand that it was fundraising, but yeah, it's crazy how like this like competitiveness in and like this commercialized
version of Valentine's Day.
Like love, and I'm very happy that we don't have to do that anymore.
No, I think we do go all out sometimes. I definitely remember our first Valentine's Day. It was very cute.
It was very cute. I kind of went a little crazy. I went overboard because I do like Valentine's Day, and I do think that like every once in a while you do a big one, but for the most part,
yeah, they can be small.
The little things. I like the little dates, and it doesn't always have to be in February. It could be any time of the year. So I kind of got like these like fake rose petals, and I wrote like, "Will you be my Valentine?" And I had all these little like tea candles on the floor, like leading the way to that.
And I brought Vicky some shower curtain holders because she had just moved, and she was like, "I can't find them," and I was like, "I have an extra set. I can bring some to you." And so I brought you that. You never opened them, I don't think. I found them when we were moving.
Because I found them.
Some.
Yeah, and I liked mine better.
But the moral of the story is,
we did get that big raw.
We did get the big raw heart-shaped sushi platter.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do it anymore. It's now a circle. I guess it's like a circle meaning infinite love.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess.
Way to be positive.
I guess. But we usually every year we'll do an ode to that, and we'll get the big raw sushi platter for two.
Or we'll go for sushi, and then we'll do something small like.
We haven't done sushi yet. Thank you, Keith Lee. The worm.
Yeah, and we're going to Japan, so
I know I'm a little nervous.
I'm not nervous about eating sushi in Japan, but I am nervous about eating sushi here. So I'm just gonna wait till we're in Japan to get over that hump. But anyways, yeah, we do that usually every Valentine's Day. We'll just get some sushi, and then
we'll do
an activity.
Yeah,
we did a tufting class one year.
Yeah, and we did like a little at-home ceramics build. I got like 2 dozen balloons, and
then I surprised Kate with like a little ceramics like at home type of situation.
Really cute. It was really cute.
It was. Our potteries did not.
They didn't fare too well.
They did not fare too well, but we had a good time.
We had a really good time, and it was like it was inexpensive. I don't want to say cheap. That's a bad word, okay? It was inexpensive.
Cheap is not bad. It wasn't expensive. Sometimes you gotta save your money.
Well, yeah, but like cheap has that bad connotation.
Yeah, it has a bad connotation. But
it was inexpensive. We didn't like go all out and but it was like something so thoughtful and memorable.
Yeah. So remember, it doesn't have to be this crazy thing. And then
oh yeah,
it doesn't have to be this crazy thing. And I've always also wanted to host a Galentine's Day.
Oh, yes. I've done one of those
I haven't.
many moons ago when I
wanna do
was
a
with
queer one.
straight friends.
Yeah, I don't have much of those anymore.
I don't either, but I did have a Galentine's Day.
Well, I don't have much friends. Who
Who has like
Who has a lot
23
of-
friends?
I don't know. Like, I want to know who has all these friends because you can give me a few of them. You can give me a few of them because I have like 5.
I mean,
maybe.
that's fine to keep your circle small. You know, that Valentine's Day is just meant for like partners. I think it needs to be everybody that you want to share love with.
Yeah, it's not just your partner; it's your friends.
Friends, tell your friends you love them.
I tell my friends I love them often.
Yeah.
I tell my friends I love them often. Not often enough. I probably should say it more.
Yeah.
But I think that the best part of being in a queer relationship, especially with things like Valentine's Day, is not having like these gender norms.
That is nice. It's not like where I think like the typical hetero view, no offense to all the heteros out there, but you know, you're like, oh, we're going to go to this fancy restaurant and I'm going to be the male and I'm going to put the credit card down and we're going to spend $1,000. And it's like.
And that's if you get a good one.
Right.
If you get a bad one.
If you get a bad one, you may not even get something for Valentine's Day. They may just be like, it's a Tuesday. What? It's so bad.
It's true.
It's so true. They may even just forget that it's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
And I've seen that happen, and it makes
we
me really sad.
have seen that happen.
Yeah.
And it's very awkward.
Know your worth. But I will say, because we're in a queer relationship, we do kind of like sometimes like trade off, where we both will do something that's unexpected. And especially I feel like now being with my family a little, like we've been with them a little longer than we've wanted to, they have noticed these things. And sometimes they say like,
Why are you doing that?
yeah, like weird things like,
Oh, you're going to ask Kate? Why are you going to ask Kate?
yeah. And it's like, I'm not asking Kate, I'm communicating.
It's called communication.
Yeah. Or they're like, oh, you don't get tired of being together.
It's like, if he's like, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going too.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't I want to hang out with my partner? I don't get it. Like, I don't need to not be with my partner.
Like the other day, I was like brushing your hair, detangling it, and I said to Vicky, I was like, I bet your family looks at us and they see the 2 little monkeys like picking the bugs off each other because of how like freakishly intertwined we are, and they're like, that's weird.
Yeah, my mom's. I remember. I think the other day you were outside and I was in here, and my mom's like, "Weird that Kate's not stuck to your hip," and I'm like,
I would provide the best blood supply. You'd
I'm
be
just
able to
like-
grow a 3rd arm.
"It's giving jealous."
Yeah, it's
When you're in a queer relationship, there's less rules, and it's kind of easy. It's different. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's easier, because there's a lot of things that make it hard. But in terms of being able to surprise each other, not having certain expectations, it makes it.
you're gonna say easy,
I don't know.
carefree. It makes it like
I think it's
no pressure.
It's supposed to be easy, guys. It's not supposed to be
It's
hard.
not supposed to be hard. It's not
And-
supposed to be this roller coaster of
We're going on 5 years, so
yeah.
it's not supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
When people are like, "Oh, it's so hard,"
Years. Oh my god.
what?
I said 5 years. Oh my god. Remember, Valentine's Day doesn't have to be this big, extravagant Travis Barker 12 dozen roses on the beach.
It can be.
It can
Maybe for
be.
like a 10-year.
Yeah, like a big milestone. But the little things
They go a
every
long
day,
way.
memorable thoughtfulness goes a long.
We'd love to hear any of your awkward, funny stories when you know dating or running into an ex.
Yeah, we've
that
all
you've
been
had
there.
A mutual.
Roommate, ex, situationship.
Your igloo sisters. Say hi, Luna. Your igloo sisters, or whatever you call them.
Oh, Eskimo sisters.
Eskimo sisters.
I was like, igloo sisters. What are you talking about?
From our lips.
To your lips.
You've been listening to
Let's Ask the Queerdos
Catch us next Tuesday and every Tuesday.
for Taco Tuesday.
Please like, subscribe, and comment.
And hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Till next time, see you next Tuesday.
Bye.